All right, welcome everyone. I am absolutely thrilled you're tuning in today because we are about to go on a highly visual and honestly incredibly rewarding journey into math. Forget everything you thought you knew about memorizing dry formulas. In this explainer, we're going to actually see the math happening right in front of our eyes. We'll be turning numbers into pictures, learning a fantastic shortcut, and, even rescuing a princess by the end of the whole shebang.
Okay, let's dive into this real-world puzzle. Imagine you're in a sewing class. A student named Ria bought 2/3 of a meter of cloth for a project, and she ended up using exactly 1/2 of that specific cloth. So the big question is, how much cloth does she actually have left in total meters? Taking a piece of a piece creates a bit of cognitive friction, doesn't it? To solve this, we're going to need to multiply some fractions.
So, let's start with section 1, from addition to multiplication. Just building the foundation here.
Before we tackle Ria's cloth, let's quickly connect a familiar concept to our main topic today. Think about whole numbers. Say Bella gets 6 hair clips from Anna, 6 headbands from Era, and 6 crunchies from Kim. You could add them up. 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 18 hair accessories. But we all know multiplication is literally the ultimate time saver for repeated addition. We just say 6 times 3 equals 18. It's fast, clean, and totally simple.
Well, here is the beautiful part. That exact same logic applies to fractions. If you have 1/4 plus 1/4, you could add them to get 2/4. Or, using our handy time saver, you just multiply. 2 times 1/4 equals 2/4, which simplifies down to 1/2. But what happens when we aren't multiplying by a whole number? What happens when we multiply a fraction by another fraction?
That brings us to section 2, visualizing fraction multiplication. Let's see this math in action.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this is where we leave abstract numbers behind for a moment and step right into the physical space of math. Bringing back Ria's cloth problem, she has 2/3 of a meter, right? The beauty here is that we can just draw it out. We take a whole grid, representing 1 full meter, and divide it into 3 vertical columns. We shade in 2 of them green. Boom. That green area, that's our 2/3.
Remember, she used 1/2 of that specific piece of cloth. To find out how much that is, we don't even need a calculator. We just divide our grid horizontally in half and shade the bottom half in a contrasting color. Taking a fraction of a fraction literally just means shading over the area we've already defined.
Now I want you to focus all your attention right here on the magic moment. Look at the overlapping shaded parts. Where those two colors mix together, that right there is the physical representation of our answer.
Let's count them out together. We have exactly 2 overlapping squares. And if we zoom out and look at the entire original grid, there are 6 total squares. So our answer is quite literally 2 out of 6, or 2/6. And as any good mathematician knows, we reduce that to lowest terms, giving us a final answer of 1/3. That is a deeply satisfying aha moment. You don't just know the answer now, you can physically see why it's the answer. And the crazy thing, this visual trick works for absolutely any fraction. Over on the left, 2/5 overlapping with 1/2 instantly shows us 2 overlapping squares out of 10 total, so 2/10. On the right, 2/7 overlapping with 1/4 shows us 2 overlapping squares out of 28 total. It is just incredibly consistent.
Moving on to section 3, the golden math rule, taking this from pictures to formulas.
As fun as drawing grids is, dealing with massive numbers requires a lightning-fast formula. So here is your ultimate shortcut. To multiply fractions, you simply multiply the numerators straight across to get your new numerator. Then, you multiply the denominators straight across to get your new denominator. So, the absolute crucial takeaway here is A over B times C over D simply equals A times C over B times D.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what we've been doing. On the left, we've got the visual grid of 2/3 overlapping with 1/5, which clearly shows 2 overlapping squares out of 15. Then on the right, we apply our new golden rule. Numerator 2 times 1 is 2. Denominator 3 times 5 is 15. The visual method and the algorithmic shortcut are in perfect harmony. 2/15.
All right, section 4, the GCF shortcut. We are making math even easier.
Let's push this concept just a bit further. Sometimes multiplying straight across gives you these massive, unwieldy numbers. What if we could shrink them first? Well, we can, using the cancellation method. It feels a bit like a magic trick, but I promise it's pure logic. Step 1. Look at the numbers diagonally across from each other and find their greatest common factor, or GCF. Step 2. Cancel those common factors out by dividing. And step 3.
multiply whatever tiny numbers are left over using our golden rule.
Watch how this actually works in practice. Here we have 1/2 multiplied by 2/5. Look diagonally at the 2 in the bottom left and the 2 in the top right. Their greatest common factor is obviously 2, so we just divide both by 2, turning them both into 1s. Now you just multiply straight across with the new numbers. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 5 is 5. The answer is 1/5, instantly in its lowest terms. No way, right?
Let's move to and see how this builds when we tackle a more complex problem. 6/10 times 2/4. Instead of doing 6 times 2 and 10 times 4, we cross-cancel. Look at the 6 and 4 diagonally. Their GCF is 2, so the 6 becomes a 3 and the 4 becomes a 2. Now look at the 2 and 10 diagonally. Their GCF is also 2. The 2 becomes a 1 and the 10 becomes a 5. Now multiply the tiny leftover numbers. 3 times 1 is 3, and 5 times 2 is 10. The answer is 3/10, solved in seconds without ever having to deal with big numbers.
Okay, the big finale. Section 5, Decoding the Secret Password. Let's save Princess Hannah.
All right, it is time to put all of this newfound power to the ultimate test. Here are the stakes, folks. Princess Hannah is trapped by a bad wolf, and the only way she can escape is if we solve the password, which just so happens to be the wolf's secret name. To decode it, we have to rapidly solve a series of fraction multiplication problems. We have our visual logic, we've got our golden rule, and we have our GCF cancellation shortcut. We are totally ready for this.
Here are our 6 challenges up on the board, each one assigned the letter. Take a second and mentally apply your rules to these equations. Look really closely for those diagonal GCF cancellation opportunities, especially on N, M, and A, because that's going to seriously speed up your decoding.
Down below, we've got our decoder key, blank spaces with fractions underneath them. Every time you solve one of the equations from the previous step, you just match your final, lowest term fraction to these blanks to drop the corresponding letter right into place.
And when you perfectly calculate and match them all up, the secret name is revealed. Feynman, we did it! By mastering both the visual geometry and the mathematical algorithms of fraction multiplication, we've literally broken the code. Princess, you are free!
We've gone from adding simple hair clips to drawing overlapping grids of cloth, all the way to breaking secret codes using advanced cancellation shortcuts. You have now got a completely new lens to view numbers through. So, I'm going to leave you with this final, provocative thought. Now that you know how to see the overlapping grids hidden inside these equations, in what everyday situations will you use the visual magic of fraction multiplication next? Keep looking for the math in the world around you, because it is absolutely everywhere. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.